I was so scared watching this entire episode. I was for certain at one point Sasha was going to die because of the build-up and the way they had her trying to save this girl. Like, it just looked like a setup for disaster. Sean C back in here for another anime review, and today we got our first review of Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 2. And let me just say, this is probably one of the greatest series ever. First reason being because the animation looks beautiful consistently. Like, the budget for this thing, I know they had to go through hoops and hurdles to get the budget for this, but it is so worth it. And number two, they've corrupted me because every time there's a character that ends up on their own or they end up in a sticky situation, I just immediately assume that they're gonna die. They've corrupted me. They did this with every other character that I kind of was indifferent toward, or characters that I might have leaned towards liking in the first season. But this episode is centered more around Sasha and more around her background. I like the way this show kind of gives attention to lesser known characters that don't have as much impact in the series, and kind of gives them that story, that backing to make you be a little bit more interested in them. It's kind of a shitty thing to do because if they end up killing them later, then you're gonna feel like shit. Basically, we find out Sasha is this girl who grew up in the forest, didn't have any manners, didn't really have any care for any other human life other than her own family, and her father seems to kind of be trying to teach her out of that mentality. Like, he wants them to abandon the forest life, he wants them to not just care about themselves, he wants them to move and experience humanity other than just what they're used to, so they can help the world instead of just helping themselves. And he's teaching her some really good principles. She just doesn't want to hear it at the time because, like most people, it'd be taking her out of her comfort zone. He suggests that they move because he wants her to be a better overall human. He doesn't want her to just be his daughter, he wants her to be a good human. But come on, you gotta admit, it was kind of funny, like, how hard she fought her father for that piece of meat. That's not the only interesting thing that happens within this episode. Yeah, we actually kind of get a little bit, not really a conspiracy, because if there are walls that, you know, contain titans, it wouldn't be unreasonable for Armin to think that there are walls that could be made of titan skin. I mean, it only makes sense for that to be the case because I don't see these titans just being in the walls and them not breaking. Like, this being regular concrete, I don't think that's the case. Especially depending on how long they've been within these walls. Why are they in the walls? Why are they there? What does the priest know? Because this dude is not talking. Levi's even threatening him and he's not saying a word. And it seems like Hanji might actually be onto something because it looks like she's studying a piece of, I think, Annie's hardened skin. And I think she might be leaning more towards Armin's hypothesis. She says that, you know, it could be possible that the walls are made of titan skin or hardened titan skin or something like that. Telling Levi, like, look, bro, this shit doesn't work. Like, he's not gonna budge. And also alludes to the fact that he may know something even more because he didn't seem to be, you know, scared by the option of death. I mean, what information can you beat out of somebody that's not afraid of being beaten? Or what information can you threaten to get out of somebody if they're not afraid of dying? Don't get it twisted. This guy doesn't want to die, but if he has to, it seems like he knows something that's so great that even if he does die, he can die satisfied. Which is a scary thought because you're leaving everybody else high and dry. Humanity's existence is actually being threatened right now. But back to why I thought Sasha was gonna die. She's on this horse, she goes back to her village. Obviously she, you know, doesn't want her family to be hurt, so she's kind of in an uproar and a panic when she's getting there. Everything about this episode, the start of it, just did not seem right. When she runs over there and she sees this titan taking chunks out of this lady's legs, and then there's this kid in front of the woman, right, who is her daughter. This titan that's inside of there is literally taking chunks out of this lady's legs. It doesn't seem like she feels it. Like, it looks like it's painful, but it doesn't feel like she has, like, much feeling in her legs or anything like that, so she's still alive. Obviously, the daughter can't do anything. Sasha tries to come in and stalemate the situation by trying to cut the nape of his neck, and that doesn't work at all. She takes the girl, and she jets it out of there. All of a sudden, the minute the girl comes up to the horse fucking books it. Like, it's gone. Like, it can feel something or sense something that's wrong, either with the girl or with the situation. Because going there, I felt like the horse should have been fine. Like, the horse could probably sense the same titan that was inside, and then he books it before the titan comes back out. So I felt like there was something wrong with the girl. At one point, the titan actually looks directly at the girl and continues eating the mother instead. Now, I don't know if that's because titans have manners and they want to finish their meals before they go on to the next one, but it just looked pretty sketch to me. So Sasha grabs this girl, she's bringing her with her. Clearly this girl has like zero life in her eyes up until the point where Sasha screams, "Run." Then all the life returns to this little girl's eyes and she just books it. Like, she knows what to do at this point. And Sasha has an extremely badass moment where she shoots this titan in the eye. But not only does she shoot him in the eye, right? She shoots him in the eye, and instead of shooting him in the other eye, she's like, nah, fuck this bow. I'm just gonna drive it in its eye by myself. She jams it in his eye, ends up getting bear hugged, and then slips out of its grasp with his own blood. I just knew for a fact that she was gonna die. I just knew it. I had no faith. After defeating the Titan, she realizes that her father actually ends up picking up the girl that she was trying to save, and then she goes back with her dad, and it's a pretty sweet moment because she became, you know, the girl that her dad wanted her to be, the one that doesn't just care about herself, but cares about all of humanity, even at the cost of her own convenience. This has become a kind of natural thing for her to do, and he's proud of her. And probably the worst part of this episode, or maybe if any heart-wrenching parts, this will probably be the one, is where Connie goes back to his village and he knows, like, he screams that he's home, and he seems to do this because he's in denial, like he knows but he doesn't want it to be true, and he's trying to find his family, he's hoping that everybody's okay, and clearly they're not, because he goes home and this guy has the worst fucking luck. Like, how do you go home to your village and find literally a Titan on your own house? On your house. That's not even the worst part. They clearly say that this Titan was put there because of its leg structure. It's not going anywhere with those legs. So somebody put this Titan on Connie's house, and it's still alive. This fucking show. Now here's my theory. I'm thinking that this is the doing of the Beast Titans. You know the monkey, the big ass monkey ape Titan that we saw in the first episode? In the intro, we get him running along with a whole bunch of other Beast Titans, right? I'm just calling them Beast Titans because they're not humans. I don't even think they have a human form. I just think that these are Titans that have developed intelligence that happen to resemble animals. And maybe they have some plot or some conspiracy, because previously in the last episode, he seemed to not know enough about humans. Kind of fascinated by some of the ways that the guy was doing things in response to his actions. So it doesn't seem like this guy's a human, or like he has a human form. It seems like he's legit a Beast Titan. And there are others, but what is it that they could be planning? Only one, or maybe another Beast Titan that I can think that will put a Titan on this house, because as they said, this Titan isn't going anywhere. There's no way it could have walked here, so somebody put it here. I'm excited, man. I don't know who would do it. I don't know what motive they have for doing it. In the previews of next week's episode, we get a little bit more in-depth into Connie's background. Also, are going to see maybe, you know, possibly a little mini Titan fight with Eren Mikasa and Artemis getting to where they're going. We may see some action pretty soon. I don't know. But overall, this series is looking to be, you know, on the up and up. 12 episodes. This is not going to be cool. It's not going to be easy. It's not gonna be cool at all, because this is pissing me off. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you in the next one. Let me know how you felt about the episode down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. And are you excited for the next week's episode? And are you bummed out about this season only being 12 episodes? I know I am. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.